and I'm pretty sure it's just the same list that Caleb was playing in finals just last week. And Rain Keuma is going to be playing that Gardevoir deck. A little bit different from Henry's, though. Has a couple cards that we don't see very often.
Yeah, all in all, this is very close to a rematch of what we saw in Milwaukee's finals there, and it'll be interesting to see how this works out this time around. I don't think we saw the best draws from Caleb. It was a little unfortunate. So it's going to be exciting to watch the Kyogre variant have an opportunity here now to maybe attack the bench this time.
You know, sometimes it happens. We'll have to see. Manaphy is going to be one of the most important cards in Rain's deck for sure for this matchup.
We've seen Daniel at this stage plenty of times already. Be another great opportunity for a big finish here. Could lock in that day 2, lock in that World Championship berth, and I mean, this is the matchup that you're looking for. A lot of players have been talking about how you play against this, but those aren't exactly the prize cards you're looking for.
Yeah, that's a lot of pairs. Double Mirage Gate, double Water, double Sableye. Meanwhile, Rain prized 2 Psychic Energies, a Gardevoir, and a Curlia.
And I already know I like Rain, those EX Emerald energies. Let's go.
Listen, we know you've been playing for a while. we know you were at the 2004 World Championships. That's 19 years ago, buddy.
I was watching back then. Okay, calm down. I played the next year.
All right, round 9. Here we go. Winner makes it into day 2, and Rain is going to start things off. Radiant Greninja in the active spot, and a Fog Crystal to search out a Ralts or a Psychic Energy, whatever you prefer.
Yep, this will be a big tell as to what's going on in the hands right now. If you are in a lot of trouble, then you can just go ahead and grab the energy, try to concealed cards, and make your way out of here. But if you have a card like that Battle VIP pass, then maybe it is all right to go ahead and grab that Psychic Energy. Look, even there, we see the level ball too, so can guarantee a lot of good cards.
One thing you have to be kind of worried about is, granted, while most Lost Box decks don't do it very often, we have seen a turn 1 Mirage Gate very often recently, it seems like.
yeah, just this tournament alone, we've seen a lot of crazy turn 1 openers, so got to be looking out for that.
And yeah, it kind of makes you want to get that Manaphy as soon as possible, and you have the options to do it with that Battle VIP pass or that level ball. But of course, you want to conceal the cards first. Try to draw into those basic Pokemon so you don't need to make as much choices later on.
Yep, love seeing that here from Rain. Just understands exactly how to orchestrate the opener. Didn't find the basic Pokemon, so not going to be rewarded, but sure enough, still going to have a pretty strong start. Would you go for the triple Ralts, or are you going to go for the Manaphy if you had that level ball?
See, Chip and I were talking about Strike and Run and how people who run are cowards. I'm a coward. I would get that Manaphy, and it looks like Rain is eyeing down just that with that Manaphy and Ralts. It's still got the level ball for the second Ralts.
Yeah, it's tough. You see, even debating the Mew in this spot, if you could find Battle VIP pass there with the Mew, then sure, it'd be a fantastic opener to have all those Pokemon down, Mew in the active, and grab double Ralts there, but I don't live in that fantasy world. I don't expect to see that card there off the top. And
yeah, one's prize too.
Yeah, you're just gonna play it safe.
Looks like double Ralts Manaphy is the choice for Rain. He's already used concealed cards. Can attach an energy for the turn, but it's the only energy in hand. So if Rain wants to conceal the cards next turn, might as well keep it. And looks like that's exactly what's going on. Daniel's going to start things off, has a Nest Ball, and that's going to find either Radiant Greninja or Comfey. Both of those cards you pretty much need just to get your turn going, trying to find that Colossus Experiment.
You see both players really trying to get every single card understood in the deck list, so they know what's going on in those prizes. For Finn, this could definitely be an easier search with all of the duplicates. It's going to be pretty obvious that you're missing out on all of your Sableye, a couple Water Energies, and those Mirage Gates. So Looks like there's still a little bit of play here as well. Some switching cards, but
little
gonna
bit.
have to get lucky off the flower selecting.
No, this hand is gas. There's
I
a
miss-
Chloris' Experiment in the very back. You got that switch card into the Comfey. And as long as the flower selecting Chloris' Experiment find you some cards, you can keep this train going.
All right, well, then I'm a fan. Also, that's a pretty good call there from Rain to leave the Radiant Greninja in the active spot, understanding that Cramorant is a potential possibility in situations like this. I'd like to absorb the damage.
Chloris' Experiment found for next turn, but it goes along with a switch card, a couple energies, and another Comfey, which Daniel desperately needs here.
Yeah, still love to see Battle VIP Pass. Some way to just continue thinning, grab some more Pokemon, but can't complain when you find the Comfey. And it already has a few switch cards too, so maybe thinking about losing that one here in the situation. I mean, all these cards are solid for next turn. Battle VIP Pass would really seal the deal.
I don't think you can lose 2 energy, especially with 2 water prized. And there's the escape rope, and that also brings up the Ralts on Rain's bench, which you were just praising him for leaving that Radiant Greninja in an active spot to protect against Cramorant, but it's going to be a little harder now.
It's not there yet. Still needs to find access to the Cramorant right here off of this flower selecting.
How about double lightning energy?
No, that's not it.
What if you put them together? Does that equal Cramorant?
No.
Okay. A little
Wow.
bit of a rough go ahead with these draws for Finn here. Was opting for that Dragonite V in energy, but just attaches the energy to the Comfey to pass for next turn.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. You think about all of the potential outs that you had there off the Chloris' Experiment, off of multiple flower selecting, and sure enough, it's just going to be pass of the turn. Huge wasted opportunity now. And this could lead to disaster. I mean, you leave these Ralts in play, that means Curlias, that means Refinement, that means potential Candy Gardevoir. We'll see if Rain has access to any of that here now.
Drew into Mew and Cresselia off that concealed cards. And that's a big hand, but no real way to do much anything without discarding a bunch of resources. You have that Professor's Research. I think there's a penny in the hand as well. You can Luminion, search for a supporter, but then your bench is just terrible.
Yeah, that starts to look pretty ugly. Could just be a slow return, retreat, and get the Mew up there and try to find a card like that Level Ball and clean this up a little bit, play it slow, and just refine your way out of here.
How about a Battle VIP Pass?
Fine.
Really? Fine? That's
Well,
so bad.
There's Professor's Research, right? So
Okay, yeah.
I guess just thin it out at this stage, but it's a lot of interesting resources that could be lost in this situation.
Now, Rain can use this Luminous Sign, find a supporter, and then collapse Stadium away the Luminion here.
Yep.
And then play that Professor's Research. You're even discarding a Worker, which isn't really a supporter you kind of need in this matchup. You usually use it for that path to the Peak Stadium.
Yep, just eyeing up everything at this stage. Really wise to make sure you're getting maximum use out of your cards, even if it doesn't seem like it's going to be too beneficial. That thin right there could be a lot of help. And, I mean, we still see rare candy in this hand. Rain could see value in it and just use the Worker.
All right, Worker, discard the Collapse Stadium. We're going to get 3 cards. Is there a Gardevoir in this hand? Or even Corellia? Oh, there's that Mimikyu EX.
No,
one of the cards that's a little bit different from this Gardevoir deck. Trying to have some play against cards like Alolan Vulpix, V-Star.
Wow. Yeah, that's a pretty crucial miss there. Not going to have access to any refinement.
You would say this turn is unrefined.
Facts.
No printer.
Yeah, this is tough. For Finn, this is exactly what you're looking for. You had a slow start. Your opponent's not able to capitalize on it. And you already have 4 cards in the loss zone. So you definitely could be looking at turn 3 a Sableye if you had any. But
Just had to rub it in.
that's gonna be relying on the Hisuian Heavy Ball.
Yeah, first we need to find it. Just a pass of the turn back. Rain with
Oh,
no Curlia.
No. The top deck was the Battle VIP pass.
Nice. All right.
Brutal.
5 cards off this
Ooh.
Colossus Experiment is going to have to get rid of Echoing Horn.
Yeah, we see the Forest Sealstone, though, added to the hand. We know that Dragonite's hanging out there, too, so certainly we'll be able to do what he wants this turn.
Is there any play in a Forest Sealstone, use Star Alchemy for that Hisuian Heavy Ball?
I'm kind of there at this stage. I don't think you have to do it this turn.
Next turn, for
Yeah,
sure.
you're not worried about Lost Vacuum or anything, so you could play down the Dragonite with the Sealstone and just hang out. And then next turn, you've got Sableye ready to go.
Sounds like a fun party. I want to hang out with Dragonite. Pokestop is going to be the stadium for Finn here.
Yep, spin the wheel.
Spins it.
Seen plenty of supporters, so
Worth it.
yeah, that's a great one right there. Know where that energy is for later. Get some additional items into the hand.
Which is growing with each turn. Usually most of these Gardevoir decks only play a couple disruption cards. 1 Judge, 1 Roxanne.
Yeah, just going to continue to look through. This is not exactly the turn to capitalize. Going to count out the energies for Mirage Gate, however. Just sees the energies are all there, but definitely this starts with the knockout of the Manaphy, and that takes at least one more turn.
Because of the numbers in the Lost Zone, right?
Yes, the numbers in the Lost Zone, cards in the prize cards. There's so many issues right now with making sure that you can work out your plan. But that prize card is important to Daniel, so he's going to go ahead and pull up that Cramorant and potentially maybe find that Sableye, save himself, having to use a Force Sealstone to go get it.
Oh, with 7 in the Lost Zone, Cramorant can attack for free and take the knockout on this active Mew. Daniel has the energy, attaches it to the active so you can retreat. Plays down that Forest Sealstone with the Dragonite V. But like you said, no real need to play it now. You can hold on to it for pretty much as long as you want.
Yeah, I really like this play there. Just guarantee yourself a little bit of reliability against that Judge or whatever you may find to take that
You found
knockout. Hey, welcome back. that is
Crosses off
that
one
is
of
a
the
very
Sableye.
good one to cross off. It's all right. We can knock out this Manaphy next turn, and definitely gonna have some solid play here against the Gardevoir player who's struggling to find cards. But it looks like we've seen that Refinement Curlia now. Can we chain together a few of these?
How about no?
Aw.
Off that Refinement, draws a Temple of Sinnoh, and I believe Choice Belt.
Wow. Yeah, this.
Pokestop. Oh, no. Oh. It is always scary when the opposing player uses a Pokestop
Yeah.
when their deck is not supposed to.
Yep. You have not fine-tuned your deck to use that. And sure enough, going to lose a little bit there with the Gardevoir, but maybe thinning out there helps a little bit. You eventually have to find your evolutions, right?
You know, there's comments on these deck lists that sometimes we can see and stuff. Rain's comment is for Curlia.
Good card.
I think we should change it to 1 right now.
Oh, no.
At least that's the way this game has been going for him. And it's not looking much better, especially with Finn finally getting that Sableye from the prize cards.
Is this teleportation burst to Radiant Greninja and be sad? I can't see much else happening here.
You should probably open your eyes then, Kyle, because
I
a
mean,
little bad.
there's a lot else going on, but I'm going to avoid it.
Palpad is going to shuffle in the Worker back in the deck, because that's the one supporter Rain's played. And it looks like we're finally going to use this Professor's Research.
All right. Oh. That's weird.
All right.
That is the bottom card.
My deck, and then this flipped over from it was the last card.
All right. I think the judge will figure that out for us.
Yeah, it is a easily fixable situation, but you also do get information that you shouldn't have. So it'll be interesting to see.
I mean, it's a bottom card. It stays a bottom.
Well, I respect Daniel saying, I don't care.
Yeah.
So you know what? I want to win the right way here. If we can just move on and get this game rolling, that'd be sweet. But also understand the judge, doing his due diligence, trying to figure out what exactly the correct ruling is here.
Sorry, I didn't. It's just a double prize penalty.
No, and I think it might just be a double prize penalty because you are gaining the extra information. And that would be huge.
Yeah, that matters a lot in a matchup like this. Daniel already taken a prize card, has access likely to that Sableye next turn, and can really start to pick apart at the bench before we see all of the evolutions. And that is so dangerous there. So we'll get official word, see if that is going to be the ruling there.
So with this, you're at least drawing the 7 with Professor's Research, and then the judge is shuffling the deck, so you don't have that information of the Ralts on the bottom. We'll get some confirmation to see if it is a double prize loss.
Yeah, double prize penalty. Okay.
Yep, all right, and it is
you
a double
go.
prize penalty, and Rain, seeing that, just decides to scoop it up. Will not have enough time to come back in this match,
That's so
especially after
smart.
whiffing the Curlias.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame Rain for anything that happened in that situation. A lot went wrong, and was trying to draw into all of the right cards there. Just wasn't able to chain them together. But the sequencing was flawless. Unfortunately, saw that card there. But then instantly, as soon as had word that that was a double prize penalty, said, all right, we got to move on from this game. I've got to win 2 games outright. I've got 35 minutes. Hopefully we can get it done.
Listen, it's the last regional of the season, Kyle. These players can't hold anything back. And
I've heard that from you 15 times. Can only imagine what we're going to hear tomorrow.
last day 2 of the season.
The fly is not letting anything back either. He just will not leave.
Like a fly on the wall.
Or the table. But yeah, this is going to be tricky. Winning a matchup against Slothbox takes time, and you're going to have to move very quickly. Hopefully, taking all those prize cards doesn't take too long, and then I think you're going to have to see Daniel have some missteps at some points. Just not have. You're going to have to bench him out or something like that, because drawing all these prize cards takes so much time.
Aggro Gardevoir EX. Let's go. Turn 2, Rare Candy, 3 Energy. Just swing for 196 turns in a row.
Yeah, whatever works.
Listen, it's last round.
No.
We know. Prize
Well.
cards, double level ball.
Sableye. Okay, good. We can work with that one Colress experiment in there. Nothing too bad for Rain. The Curlia struggles could continue, however.
All right, Ralts start. Gonna have that Fog Crystal yet again. Finding another Ralts, it seems like, maybe that Mew. And is eyeing down a lot more Pokemon, so there's probably just another Battle VIP pass in hand.
Yeah, I think I saw Ultra Ball.
Ooh, okay,
So-
that's a little bit worse.
Not as great. This is a situation where Mew is so valued as a Pokemon in this deck. Just having that opportunity to look through, maybe find one of those Battle VIP pass can completely change what your opening turn looks like. So I would understand the risk there, of course. And there it is off the Fog Crystal.
I think Rain is going to have to play down this entire hand, essentially, to try to find these basic Pokemon on turn 1. Has an energy to retreat. It's going to have to discard 2 cards with that Ultra Ball. And depending on this Mysterious Tail, could be left
Wow.
with not much.
This sequence is pretty interesting to me. I feel like using the Ultra Ball, finding Reading Credential, and then drawing a card, drawing those 2 cards, would leave it so that you have a little more access to the Battle VIP passes. But goes for it there, misses, and at least we'll have that consistent approach that we saw last time with a few routes in play, but could have went for gold.
Ultra Ball also opts to discard that Luminion V, which could be a supporter for the next turn, and it's putting a lot more pressure on this concealed cards, and then that one Curlia in hand for Rain.
I believe the Psychic Energy was held on too, so could see 2 more cards. If this is the Battle VIP pass, all right.
There is that concealed cards. Level
Ooh.
ball.
Almost. It was
EX.
Ralt's level ball or what?
No, it's Mimikyu EX level ball.
Okay, not bad then. We'll take it.
Half of it. Yeah.
Gonna leave the turn 1 Radiant Greninja available. We'll see if Finn is able to do that. We laugh now, but in 3 minutes, this could be a totally different game.
Taking a look at Finn's hand, does have a couple copies of Colress's Experiment, so that's step number 1.
I mean, that's the dream when you prize a Colress Experiment, to just have the other resources ready to go.
I'm sorry, Kyle, but it looks like we're getting rid of Kyogre.
Why would you do this to me?
Talk to Daniel, not me.
Well, Hisuian Heavy Ball, good card. I don't know if it matters in
Finds the Sableye.
this time. It saves you a lot of thinking. You're getting to see all these cards, jot those down, and move on in the rest of the game.
And honestly, if I'm playing a Lost Zone box deck throughout this entire tournament, I want to try to save as much thinking as possible, because there's going to be a lot of it.
Well, it's the last regional of the year.
Can't hold anything back now.
That's right. Use all the brain power.
Does grab that Sableye with the Hisuian Heavy Ball. Writes down the cards that are prized. You got that Clara. You got an Energy Recycler.
Nice. Nice shuffle of the prize cards there. Certainly not worried about time at all.
And now this is just the start. Daniel started with that Colress's Experiment, has the flower selecting, finds the Battle VIP pass here. And this is pretty much guaranteed a Cramorant knockout, right?
The Cramorant guaranteed, but I'm looking for a little more potentially.
A Cramorant with a Pikachu?
No. Well, we see Escape Rope for some switching there. And yeah, it looks like not going to be too greedy there. Of course, there was potential to go wild, go for a bunch of Comfeys and maybe try to make this work, but...
Well, honestly, still needs a 4th card in the Lost Zone, right?
Yeah, I think there's an additional Comfey in the hand.
Oh, okay. That'll work out. And maybe hoping to find something like a Switch Cart or a second Escape Rope, just because the first Escape Rope will bring up Radiant Greninja, and you're not able to knock that out with Cramorant.
Wow. Just an abundance of resources already. Multiple Comfeys, the Nest Ball as well. A few cards in that Lost Zone, but it looks like going to need the help of that Escape Rope. But that leads to the issue of that Radiant Greninja getting promoted to the active. So gonna retreat first and try to go for the Switch Cart option. I like seeing this here. If it works, it's awesome. If not, you're still gonna attack in, deal 110 damage with that Escape Rope play.
And it's damage that's going to stick on the board at least until something like Collapse Stadium or Penny gets played from Rain's side of the board.
Or Cresselia.
Or Cresselia, yes. Plays down the Sableye on the bench. And this has been a pretty stellar turn 1 here from Daniel. Plays the Escape Rope. And that's going to force that Radiant Greninja in the active spot, but it is going to be hit with a Spit innocently, 110 damage.
Yep, I'd like to see that a little slower, because that's interesting. As it's supposed to be Rain making the decision first. Instead, got the information there and ends up with the sacrificial routes.
To be fair, I think it's pretty obvious what Finn's going to bring up in that Cramorant.
That's true.
And there is the first refinement. Another Corellia in hand. Gonna Mysterious Tail now. There's a lot of Gardevoir in the top 6, but only finds a level ball.
Gotta take what you can at this stage. Search out that Manaphy for a little added protection there. Already see 4 cards in the Lost Zone there for Daniel. Radiant Greninja in play, so you know that is always going to be a threat potentially. There's not much going on in this hand, so needs a little more help here. Already thinned out that Pokemon. We'll see if Refinement can potentially find a supporter to help out here.
Discards the Temple of Sinnoh. How about a couple Psychic Energy or Psychic Energy Cresselia?
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you still have Radiant Greninja, so you can get 2 more cards, and I mean,
there's a Ralts.
You're hanging in there. You can't complain to this stage. You're getting some
you
evolutions. This is much better than last game.
Manaphy can prevent that Moonlight Shuriken from just utterly destroying this board. But this has been just another kind of lackluster turn from Rain's side of things.
Yeah, really contemplating playing down that road. Having the rare candy makes this a lot easier. So there is a world where you do have triple Gardevoir next turn, and you feel pretty strong, but it's going to be on Finn now to put some more pressure down. And this is not the best Colress experiment. It's going to be pretty tricky.
Honestly, you need all 5 of those cards potentially, but 3 of them will do. Going to take a look at the cards that are prized yet again. Make sure you have everything that you need. And eyes down, getting rid of that Mirage Gate and a Water Energy. So keeping that Switch card, a Water and Forest Sealstone, but that Forest Sealstone is probably the biggest one out of all of them.
Yep, Forest Sealstone gonna guarantee that you have something strong for next turn, maybe finding that final Colress experiment with the other one in the prize cards. That could lead to the 10th card in the Lost Zone to work in the Sableye, knock out that Manaphy, and open up a lot of damage to the bench potentially.
There's that escape rope. Rain brings up the Radiant Greninja. Then attaches that Forest Sealstone. Has access to Flower Selecting now, and even that Switch card in hand, so a couple of them. And, ooh, all right. 2 Mirage Gate down in 1 turn. Yeah, that's not what you want to see.
It's an easy choice, but it doesn't feel good.
Easy, but it hurts. Switch cart to that second Comfey on the bench. This is going to allow Daniel to go to 8 in the Lost Zone with this Flower Selecting. Already at the point for Mirage Gate, so we're going to see that first just to get the energy out of the deck. You don't want to have to remove any more than you really want to like. And is there just lightning energy in there? Oh no, there's a Psychic.
Wow, okay, so with access to the Forest Sealstone, is there a world where you get to 10, I suppose?
Yeah,
You can just use the flower selecting and then search out that Lost Vacuum. If you get lucky and find that here, then you can always go ahead and grab a resource for next turn too. So able to actually pull off the turn 2 Sableye here. It's pretty clutch.
Couple energy in the discard. That means another one's going to join them very quickly with that concealed cards. Lightning energy, what, Battle VIP Pass? Flower Selecting here, energy Switch cart.
Yeah, it's tough. You've already seen a Water Energy into the Lost Zone.
Oh,
but I think the Switch card's going to be...
That's 3 energy in the Lost Zone, though.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you've already surrendered the Kyogre strategies, but every one of those Water Energies is going to have to count if you want to make sure that the Dragonite's going to see some play, maybe even working in that Radiant Greninja at times. So we shall see, especially with 2 Energy Recycler in the Lost Zone as well.
Yeah. Forest Sealstone, use that Star Alchemy, finds the Lost Vacuum from the deck. And with that, Daniel gets to 10. And this Lost Mine will start spreading some damage around.
It's such a funny interaction. Just use your ultimate V-Star ability and throw away the card that helped you out the most, just so that you can get to this 10th card in the Lost Zone. And gets to hold on to the energy on the Comfey, which is pretty solid when you think about your opponent potentially using a card like Judge. And yeah, just going to eye down that Curlia, remove that from play.
And usually you see in this moment just taking a knockout on the Manaphy, but Finn really wants to just limit the draw power that Rain has, especially not having the Gardevoir in hand. Just 2 cards you can take away.
Professor's research found here that losing out on some pretty solid resources in that rare candy. Some energies are nice to lose there at that stage, but you can just commit to losing all those. Try to find some more pieces to continue drawing.
What was that? 2 big Professor's research, just discarding a ton of resources potentially for Rain here.
And really tried to avoid that last game, even going for the worker play. Did not pay off. But this time, you just got to go in, throw down as many cards as you can, try to get those resources back into play. And I mean, you've got some help here. You've got the Cresselia, you've got plenty of energies. If you're able to find the additional Gardevoir EX, then certainly you could work the Cresselia into the mix, heal yourself a little bit, and take the knockout on the Sableye.
How about no Gardevoir EX just yet? Refinement still does not find one.
This could lead to the Gardevoir EX here.
How about a worker?
Stop that. No, that's not it. Wow.
Neither does his hand.
I mean, that's brutal. You think about just passing the turn here in the situation with a Sableye in the active turn 2. There's an easy knockout on not only a Curlia, but also the Manaphy next turn.
That's quick math.
Thanks.
Retreat into the Mew, finds the Ultra Ball, but has already retreated for the turn.
Yeah, I think, well, it doesn't even matter. You've already seen the Curlia evolution, so you can at least protect one Curlia, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, card flipped out again, but this time, thankfully, it was an Ultra Ball. Going to search the deck anyway.
Yep. So, going to search out this Pokemon. Can evolve onto the middle Curlia, I believe, but
yeah,
I mean, it doesn't matter. With the other one still able to be knocked out by that Sableye in combination with that Manaphy, you're going to have one single Gardevoir to work with.
It's going to be stuck in the middle.
Well, it'll be on the end once the 2 Pokemon are knocked out.
No.
Yes. that's how this works.
And that is just going to be a pass of the turn, maybe? I guess you should evolve, but it won't matter, I guess, too much.
Yep, you can kind of see that with the body language there. Just understands if you could protect both these Pokemon, certainly you would. You'd go for a play like searching out the Shining Arcana, try to draw into the Gardevoir EX, and then evolve both of them, but that Curly evolution was this turn.
All right, we're going to Psychic Embrace. Oh, this Mew's getting in there. What is it, a Psychic? For 20? Oh, Psy Shot.
Psy Shot.
For 30,
wow.
Okay. The power creep.
There we go. Hi, Mom on screen. Love to see it. And, I think that goes to show how this one is working for Rain.
I'm pretty sure right before that, Rain's like, well, I just got to do something fun for stream.
That's right. Well, that chair might be cursed, as Cameron played about as much Pokemon as Rain did.
Daniel just sitting on top of this game so far. Everything has gone right for him. Turn 2 Sableye. And now is that much closer to cleaning up this match and punching his ticket into day 2 and most likely Yokohama, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's been the goal all year. Daniel getting done in the last regional, and what a way to do this too. Going to take that double knockout there, get the damage onto the Mew. Rain's certainly not out of it just yet, but it's looking rough.
All right, we found a rare candy.
For what?
Looks. Oh, yeah, it's a nice looking one.
Yeah. I respect it. I'm a Sandstorm man myself.
Concealed cards, and that finally finds a couple Gardevoir for Rain.
Just
Bad news. There's no way to get those in play. Eyeing down the resources Finn's used, and it's like, oh, you haven't used a lot. It's turn 3, my guy.
Yeah. Turn 3, Sableye attacked twice. Play the Judge. Your opponent has thought about that. The energy on the Comfey still. So going to have a little bit more to play with than if they had not used that switch card. And those are the plays that help lock in victories in situations like this. You're already sitting at what could be, 90, 95%. But trying to close out here is so important.
Well, the Judge made both players draw into a new hand of 4. There's the retreat, and we're going to see that Cresselia, couple energies come down, thanks to that Psychic Embrace from Gardevoir EX.
And oddly enough, Mew lined up the knockout.
Woo!
Well done, Mew. You pulled your weight and led to the knockout there with the Moonglow reverse.
Talk about attack names, right?
That is cool.
Well, Daniel brings up that Comfey with the energy. You already have that pivot for the turn. And you're just going through the motions. You need to find this Clara.
Not with this card, though.
What?
Yep. We've seen the debate. If you don't find the supporter, then it's correct.
Yeah, it's obviously correct there.
Well, this does help out a little bit. Maybe you can use that nest ball thin down a little more and then search out with flower selecting.
If you want to have fun for the stream, we can go to game 3.
I mean, you don't ask for much more than that. Sableye spreading 12 damage counters. So as soon as you find that psychic energy, what do you even go after in this spot? I mean, I guess
Obviously, that big attacker in Mew.
you just knock out Cresselia and move on. Like it's not like there's any real threats on the bench.
Listen, all Finn needs to do is just keep taking knockouts. As long as that happens, it's fine.
Yep. Play the game.
Set up.
Do the thing.
Set up the Sableye this turn. Set up the Sableye next turn. You got it.
Nice.
How can Cramorant even hold that? Come on.
Well, if it has a beak like the Charizard we saw, maybe.
Flower selecting gets rid of
Whoa.
the third energy recycler
That's a lot.
for
Right.
the second switch card in hand. All right.
I don't love that, but I don't know if it matters. But at this stage, I guess.
Attack with Cramorant.
Yeah.
Set up the game for next turn. Cresselia can't Moonlight reverse everything. Moonglow reverse, right? Moonglow.
Moonglow.
Yeah. Moonglow, thank you. Well, Rain drew for the turn. Still the same cards in hand.
The bad ones.
Yep.
Yeah, this is so tough. I mean, you look through, trying to eye up the right resources to close out a situation like this.
Yeah, you want it to even worse? The Miriam's the top card of the prize cards for Rain here.
And you need to close out with Gardevoir EX attacking for a lot. Maybe knock out that Sableye, never see the Clara.
Gonna put Penny back in the deck with that Pal Pad and see a Roxanne. All right. Still not going to do much. We're going through the motions here, Kyle.
Well, can't see how many energies are in the discard pile there. Hoping it's more than one, but a couple of those, along with another Psychic Pokemon, could lead to the Moonglow reverse onto that Sableye. Of course, you're going to be giving up that prize card to the Cramorant, but maybe if your opponent doesn't have access to the bench and attacking them, you can just set up a Gardevoir EX, avoid Mirage Gates for 57 turns, and be okay.
I sure hope not. This game doesn't last 57 more turns.
Well, there's 11 minutes, so not to worry there. There is the additional Psychic Pokemon. Got a few energies to work with.
And it's going to have to place down another energy on that Mew, right?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was getting worried. Lining up the Psy Shot once more. No, you're not going to need that. This is going to be helpful to...
Oh, I see you, Rain. You're trying to sneak in that different type of energy there. They're obviously both psychic, but
yeah, we'll go see the vendor after this. It's okay. And, I mean, that is all you can do in this situation. Fortunately, wasn't able to block the Pokestop, so that will be a way to potentially see some more cards. But Clara is the big card to look for, and you don't want to find it there.
Daniel's going to take a look through the discard, seeing what resources Rain has left. Spoiler alert, not a lot. But there is quite a lot of energy on Rain's side of the board.
I mean, there's a real debate of if you want to even start to look for cards with the Comfey, or if you just want to take the knockout with the Cramorant, move on. Your opponent has to find the penny this turn. Pokestop is dangerous. But
Daniel seems like the kind of guy to spin that stop.
yeah, if you got to burn through. Oh, okay.
No. All right. Hey, none of them were Clara. That's fine.
I said, well, we still got Clara.
You win some, you lose some. That was a little bit of a loss.
That was tough. Plenty of energies in there. One final recycler. Going to work that into the mix here. Could potentially lead to Radiant Greninja helping to draw out of this mess.
Only going to put back a couple, it seems like. Because while they are a good draw, it's still not a Clara.
Yeah, you want to keep that Psychic Energy in there for Clara. So I'm going to put one of those back in. Enough waters just in case you draw into a way to use that Moonlight Shuriken to take the knockout on that Mew to close things out instead of the Sableye, which would be really awkward but kind of funny. I'm down for that. Yeah, I think you're just comfortable taking this knockout here. See what your opponent can work out next turn. It's likely just going to be that Gardevoir attacking in, trying to take 4 prize cards.
And there is that spit innocently for the knockout. Daniel goes down to 1 prize card left.
The best prize card.
Yeah. Hisuian Heavy Ball, just all lonesome.
I did my job.
Let me rest now.
Well, wouldn't this be something?
What, another Mew attack?
If Rain was able to make this happen. I think the penny's in hand.
Did shuffle it back in the deck.
So I'm gonna take a free look at the deck.
Oh
wow!
No, penny's in the top 6. That's where it is.
That's not where we need it.
Doesn't want to take that battle VIP pass.
There is an energy there.
There's an energy and the Forest Seal Stone.
All right, that's much better. Just go ahead and grab this card. Leave yourself the cards in deck so that you can just perform 4 attacks to try to close out. And you're going to pick up this Mew, as this is the only Pokemon that instantly is knocked out from a Sableye. And then you just have to start attacking with that Gardevoir.
And there is that penny. Pick up one of your basic Pokemon and all cards attached to it. So both the Psychic Energies and that Choice Belt go into hand. There's the energy for turn, and this Gardevoir EX now finally has enough.
Spin the wheel.
Oh no, please don't. We already solved the top 6. There was a battle VIP pass in there.
Just run out of deck.
Miracle Force taking the knockout.
These are big top decks here. Let's see what Finn is working with.
Already has the Echoing Horn in hand. Finds the Nest Ball, but there's no Sableye in the deck. It needs to be a Clara.
Does have the open bench space. Let's go ahead and grab that Comfey. Still looks like a lot of good resources in there. Energy, switching effect, anything like that. Obviously Clara to close out, but
I guess also Escape Pro attack with Dragonite, but I don't know if there's enough energy left. He didn't put back the Lightning.
Well, Echoing Horn Greninja does the same thing
Yeah, no.
without the lightning. I would argue it's not cooler. All right, this is going to be big.
Escape
That's
rope
the
battle
escape
VIP
rope.
pass.
And there's the Clara. Sure enough, going to be able to close things out there with smart thinking. Held on to that psychic energy, has the Sableye. Can play that down. Got the escape rope, and we've got the Echoing Horn as well to go along with this, I believe. And that means grab a Pokemon, knock it out, and you are moving into day 2.
Did Finn just have that in hand? Slow rolled the Clara?
Must be nice.
Yeah. With that, Daniel Finnegan Lynch moving on to 19 match points. That punches his ticket into day 2 and Yokohama as well.
Yeah, that feels nice. It's a big victory there. Great way to close things out. Against a great opponent as well. Things didn't exactly work out there for Rain, but put on a good show for us, and we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, it was pretty fun to watch, and just it's great seeing players just lock up that Worlds invite. Makes me nostalgic, you know.